My name is Ashraf Ismail, and I'm the game director for Assassin's Creed Origins.
Ash, what are you showing here at Gamescom with Assassin's Creed Origins?
So here we're showing a little bit more about the context of the time period, who are the historic figures that you meet, some of the events that you experience in the game with them. And we have a demo where people can play in the great city of Memphis, exploring some main quest stuff, some side quests, and even the various activities and people that you can meet inside the Memphis area.
Talk about some of the major changes you've made to the series as a whole, because it's been 4 years in development. It's a long time.
Yeah, it's been 4 years is a long time. When we started this game, our intention was to create something that was authentically AC, but drastically reinventing that experience. And for us, that meant everything from the world, the narrative structure, the gameplay, the micro gameplay. So, new combat system, an action RPG backbone in the whole game, a quest-driven structure, a new AI to fill the world. I mean, we went a bit batty, we went a bit nuts. Thankfully, we've had the time to really bring it to life and do a justice to a setting like ancient Egypt, which I think is a setting that a lot of people have been dreaming about and excited for, including us as developers. We've been excited to do this setting. And so these few years have been to really reinvent that experience and to make sure that we nail those elements that we are bringing that's new and different for Assassin's Creed.
Speaking of new, different, talk about the exotic animals you're featuring in your game, because you guys have a lot of them.
Yeah, the fauna, the life of Egypt, we wanted to bring it really, do it justice and do it right. So some of the animals you'll come across are hippos, crocodiles, lions, leopards, hyenas. And these are, I'm talking more predator animals. We also have gazelle and ibex and ibis and plethora of birds. Egypt was actually famously known for the amount of birds that existed, especially around the Nile and the various lakes and so on. And again, we tried to do our best to bring that to life. And of course, they're not just there to be showcased. They're there for gameplay as well. They're part of the crafting system. So you do hunt some animals to be able to upgrade yourself. It's not the only way you can get crafting resources. There are other ways. You also have abilities linked to animals where eventually you can tame an animal and have them do your bidding for you if you wish. And on top of that, I would say we even went further that they're not just animals that are sort of in one area doing kind of random stuff. Even the animals, along with the NPCs of the world, they have schedules, they have needs, they have an agenda, if you will. They have a time to sleep, they have a time to eat, to rest, to hunt, and so on. So we've really tried to bring them to life as best as we can.
What is the game taking place in Egypt open up for you and your team creatively?
So the setting of Egypt, creatively speaking, it's the beginning of the Brotherhood. So that's the story we're telling. How the Brotherhood that we know from AC1, how did they come to be? And so we're telling the beginnings of that, which means that in terms of defining the background of the characters and what can they do, how does the Hidden Blade come into play? All of a sudden we have a lot of room to be creative and to create these really awesome epic moments that explain some of the things that have been in the series for a very long time. For example, the ritual of the cut finger from AC1, how did that come to be? So we play around with that. So from a narrative perspective, we have a lot of bandwidth to create something really exciting for the series, but for fans as well. In terms of gameplay, Egypt is a massive world. Our ancient Egypt is a massive world. So in terms of how do you explore this world, how do you move through this world, what are the exploration and discovery opportunities, and what can you find? This is one of the reasons we went to an RPG system. Actually, we wanted that, looking for equipment, looking for not just floating collectibles, if you will, that everything you find in the world has meaning, has value, gameplay-wise and narratively speaking. So by going to Egypt, which is more of a massive landscape, by opening up the ideas, it's not just cities, it's really wilderness, it's camps, it's villages, it's underwater sequences, I say sequences, but everything underwater you can swim under. It's allowed us to really create a world that's much more diverse and a world that feels seamless. You can go and approach whatever location you want from any direction, explore it as you want. This has allowed us to do a lot for exploration, for feeling of reward, for discovery, even for narrative. So Assassin's Creed Origins releases on October 27th on Xbox One, PS4, PS4 Pro, PC, and on Xbox One X on November 7th.